to Swagger's Lifestyle.
Hello, welcome to Swagger's Lifestyle, and this is Gbogbo Swagger. It has been a wonderful week, I'm sure, for you guys, and it has been actually a wonderful time and week for me too. And have you subscribed to my channel? If you haven't, just click on the button down and subscribe. Today promises to be a very wonderful and an amazing time. So some days ago, I went to see a client, and he started this renovation of his office and all of that. So it has been a work in process, right? An ongoing process. So I went to his office and boom, I saw this massive painting staring at me, and I was transfixed. I just stood and I watched and I couldn't move, and I took several pictures, and I entered his office and I said, what happened outside? And he goes, whoa, do you like it? And I showed him pictures. I said, see, I couldn't move for like 2-3 minutes because I was like, this is massive, this is a masterpiece. And I was like, who did this work for you? And he goes, oh, that he met this person, Sam, this. I said, please, I need to speak to him. So there's something you guys don't know about me. I love art. Art is life. Art, there's this therapy that art gives you. Do you ever wonder why people sit in an art exhibition and just stare at the painting for hours and they don't move? Because art does something to you. It gives you this calm feeling. It gives you inspiration. It helps you even through depression. Yes, a lot of psychologists tell people to go and sit through art paintings and actually like have this connection within themselves and all of that. So art is life. And if you are saying, oh, art is boring, man, are you really living? Art is not boring. Art is life. Art is life. So today I'm speaking with this amazing artist. As in, I say amazing because when I got into his studio, I started seeing lots of things that I'm like, okay, this person is vintage. When you say vintage, he's a definition of vintage, and he gathers antiques, like old things. And when you see it, you just go like, oh my God. So we're going to have a wonderful time because I'm going to be speaking with him today. I'm actually in his studio and boom, can you see? He is creative and he is gifted. So do not go anywhere. I'm coming back very, very soon. And this is Swagger's Lifestyle. Don't forget to subscribe. And this is Swagger's Lifestyle. Boom! Take a look. Can you see this? In this time and age, oh my God, this is beautiful and this is very, very amazing. I've not seen this in a long while. And I'm actually happy to be sitting with this talented artist. Can we meet you?
Thank you very much, Funke. It's real nice meeting you. Great pleasure. Look forward all these days meeting you, and today I'm seeing you flesh and blood. Very happy meeting you and all your crew.
Good. So could you tell us about yourself?
My name's Uloku Samuel Onilo Otupu. I picked the last name Otupu deliberately because every other name was given to me, and I think I should have some kind of claim and right over my life. So I picked Otupu, which is my native town.
So you're from Benin?
Yeah, I'm from Benin. In terms of, I'm in a whole lot of generation of artists. Okay. My great-grandmother, I think, was about the first, I stand to be corrected, about the first woman in the whole of northern Nigeria to have a voice recorded on an LP like this.
Wow.
Yeah, so I also had I had an uncle who is used to be a visiting examiner at Modibele University, who Joseph Akotiadeka, who was also a painter. And then I have cousins and all that who sing, who writes and all that.
So safe to say it's actually in your genes.
Yeah, I carry the DNA, so definitely it's there.
So at what point in your life did you say, this is what I want to do?
Well, as a child, I've always drawn, and I tell you this for free, like, I've always had a mind of my own. I knew that drawing was my life. And so it was just, consistently following. So I can't say exactly. I just saw myself drawing, and I'm still drawing, and I don't know when I'm going to stop. Probably when there's a pause from the big guy over there.
And that is like in so many years to come. Say like 200 years?
No, I don't want to look like a dinosaur.
Okay, so did you study art in school?
Yes, I went to Zaria.
Okay.
Yeah, I stayed in Zaria. Had an amazing time in Zaria for some time. But like I said to people, as much as I'm indebted to those who taught me in Zaria, but I think that life was just my informal school that really honed my skill.
With a painting, or when you decide to put the brush on the canvas, what comes to your mind? What inspires you? What is your objective? What is your end goal?
I did read a piece some times ago, and it answered to a very large extent what drives me. And it said, art is supposed to upset the very calm. And then those who are disturbed in life, art itself is supposed to uplift them. So what I try to do is to resolve, life challenges that I encounter every day on my canvas, on my paper, and the different mediums that I use. So I have the inspiration before I go to the canvas or whatever medium that I want to use. But basically, for me, like, the canvas is just a place of expression. It's like what the stage is to the performing artist, right?
Yes.
The dramatist and all that is a place I act and pour my mind. I mean, like, the way life is, there's the establishment that needs to be upset and disturbed sometimes. So I try to use my art to disturb them, to wake them up, to face the reality that the whole majority is facing. And then again, you have a majority of people who are out there who are really at the downside of life.
Yes.
So I also try to see how I can balance by using my art to uplift them, to encourage them, to bring a meaning, to a life that it's so hard.
Now, we have different types of artists. What would you say is your specialization? What kind of artist are you?
I'm still learning.
I think you're trying to be humble.
Like seriously. I don't think you can use a label now to define me. The reasons are very simple. Okay. Because sometimes I'm moved by something and I want to express myself, and then pigments in this form would not answer it, and then I have to maybe use steel and that. So if I'm using steel, does that mean I'm a sculptor?
So would you say you are master of all?
No, not master of all. I'm still just one young guy who is learning, trying to see, to use forms, colors, you understand, to define the encounters I have.
Okay. So you can work with wood, you can work with metal, you can work with charcoal.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just pause because it's a lot to take in. And okay, let me ask you a question. What is your obsession with antiques and painting?
I have always been a lover of antiquity. As a matter of fact, when I went to Egypt, I had to go to the pyramids. And then there's a guy called Maker Eckhart, who is a philosopher, and he said, I don't know if this answers your question, but that if you can tell why you love something, then the charm of that goes. The mind of an archaeologist or something, that you love old things.
Yeah.
And I said, that's very actually good. The way you put it, it's actually very good, because that's going to help me. Like the tail end of my life. Yeah, because of those funny things that men, discuss, like, have you put up with a woman for like 50 years? So I said, because I have the mind of an archaeologist and I love old things, then I'll start valuing her even at that time more.
Now, your collection, do you bring it into your art? Do you bring it into your work?
Yes, because apart from painting, I'm into space alteration. So, I alter space. I try to make up space. Try to give characters to space. And for me, something very tragic that happened to us as a nation and as a people is that the consciousness of history, we lost it at a particular time. It wasn't in the curriculum. Very sad.
Yeah.
Very sad. Therefore, you understand, I wanted a situation where we can begin to, learn about our past, I wanted a station where we begin to look at the objects that define our past also. So that actually drove me beyond just my love for what we call antiques and all this now, but to start collecting as well. Yeah.
Now you've done like, anytime I see your painting, it just leaves me transfixed.
Oh, thank you very much.
Because when I stepped in today and I saw this, and I was like, oh my God. So has any of your work received any form of recognition?
Well, yes, tremendously for me. No, I need my approval first.
Yes.
Yeah.
We know that you are amazing. We know that you are creative. We know that you are talented.
Yeah. Thank you.
When people like, maybe you've done stuff maybe outside the shores of Nigeria and it has been documented?
Yeah, sure. I've done a couple of stuff. The last was just like 2 years ago, where I had an exhibition at Singapore. Okay. Yeah, at the Nigerian Embassy in Singapore. It was quite very successful. It was great, amazing. Amazing in the sense that Singapore, very few people in Singapore, from my encounter in Singapore, they have very little or no knowledge about contemporary African art vis-a-vis Nigerian art.
Yeah.
And so it was an eye-opener for them. And also I was privileged, to interact with other artists from that part of the world, which was very, very enhancing intellectually and creatively also. And I was privileged to do a presentation in Nanyang University about my art. So I think that's huge for me. Nanyang is a level in the world in rating.
Whoa, that is huge. That is more than huge.
Yeah, and number one in Asia. And number one in Asia.